Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Short, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
If you're using a TENS unit, we're going to show you where to place the pads to stop your pain. Now, when you get a TENS unit, especially the ones that we recommend, usually they have 1 or 2 channels, which means 2 or 4 pads. Brad, you want to show? Yeah. We're going to provide specific videos for each body part. So like, let's say you're having elbow pain or back pain. We're going to show that in separate videos. So go to bobandbrad.com, go to the program section, and go to the one where it says TENS. And it'll give you a list of the titles. So let's say you're having back pain. It'll show you where to place the pads for back pain. Let's say you're having knee pain. It'll show you where to place the pads for knee pain, and on and on. So there's some general rules for placing the pads though. First off, you want to clean the skin with soap and water. So you remove the oils from the skin because the oils can interfere with the stickiness of the pads. So eventually the pads won't stick as well. Number 2, you may want to shave the area, which Brad is kind of giving a demonstration right there. His legs are a little bit hairy. If he was going to use this on a regular basis, I would recommend that he shave that area.
I would too.
Yeah.
It's not so comfortable when you pull the sticky and the hairs come with it.
When you're done with the pads, put them back on the plastic. Yep. Just like that to preserve them. All right. We're going to start off, Brad, here. Oh, by the way, if you need to replace pads, you can go to iRelieve and replace them. They actually even have the iRelieve dollar electrode pad club, which they'll give you kind of a monthly supply of pads at a cheaper price, less expensive price. So.
Makes it easy and inexpensive.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk. Let's say you're first dealing with a small area of pain, and you're going to use just 1 channel and 2 pads. You've got a couple choices here. One, you can put 1 pad right on the pain. And Brad's done that.
So this red is not inflammation. I don't have a sore leg, but this is let's say the pain spot is right here. That's why I put the red mark. And we have 4 pads. We put yellow and yellow on the pads. You don't get them like this. This is something we actually did. So it's easier to tell. This is 1 channel. And then the green ones would be a 2nd channel. So now we're just using 1 channel. We're going to use the yellow colored ones. I'm going to run right over the pain spot. And then should we go below it or
above it? And usually you go at least a pad's width away.
Yeah.
Don't put them too close.
Yeah, you wouldn't put them this close. But like Bob says, if you're going to go a pad's width, you don't have to measure it, but I'm just demonstrating because you can guess. You don't have to get real specific, but anywhere in here is going to work.
Yeah, and again, these pads, well, I believe they're just plain black. We put some tape on them, like Brad said, so you could tell. You can also go above the pain. Yeah.
Go ahead, keep talking, Bob. Oh,
all right.
This is why. Ooh,
that's why you
so
don't
good.
necessarily want to have hairy legs.
Not so hairy.
Now
up
you
there.
can also take both pads and just go on either side of the pain.
Sure. So I'm going to leave that one there. Pull this one off. There's can you see that, Mike? I might go a little closer with that.
Yeah, or you can go side on side of it, just like that.
Yeah.
It's all an experiment. You're going to find out what works best for you. You can also take 2 pads and look for the trigger points. You say, where are the trigger points on my leg? You'd have to look them up on a chart.
Right.
There's charts available on the internet. When we go over specific areas that we'll do in other videos, we will show you where the trigger points are for that leg.
Sure.
Or for that spot. All right, let's say you're going to go to 4 pads now. With 4 pads, basically you want to do one of 2 things. One, you either create a cross or create an X. So with a cross, you put 1 pad above it and 1 pad below it. So that's channel 1.
So the green is 1 channel. Now, normally on the unit, there will be 2 wires when you're using 4 because you need both channels. We don't have the 2nd wire, but there'd be another wire exactly like this, and they will connect into here exactly how these are.
Yep. So now he's formed a cross. Can you show how you formed a cross, Brad?
Yep. So the current goes from green pad to green pad and yellow pad to yellow pad. So that's the cross Bob's referring to.
So now you can also do an X. So you'd put one up in the upper right corner. Yeah, you got it already, Brad, don't you?
Yeah.
He's just going to show you.
And again, you say, well, what's the difference? Sometimes it makes a difference on the pain, how it feels. So you have to experiment and see which way works better. So one day you might have it this way, and the next day later in the day you might change it, and you'll find out what is works the best for you or the location.
Now we're going to talk about the example. Let's say it's referred pain. Pain comes from somewhere. Like let's say it's coming from your back, like sciatica. You might take 2 pads and place them on the length of the nerve where the nerve is being referred to the pain.
Now I want the red marker.
Now you want the red marker.
So let's say I did have, like Bob said, L3. That would be level 3 nerve comes down. It would come across this way typically.
Yes.
So that instead of having a round circle of pain, it would be a line of pain, and then I would put it here if the pain goes like there. Now I'm not going to go way up here where it starts because that distance would be too great. We still need to keep it. I usually tell my patients no more than a hand width, and somewhere in that area, put it on there.
And you could put it in 4 pads. You could go another 2
Sure.
that go all the way along the length of the nerve.
Yep. Now, obviously, maybe if it went down here,
Sure.
typically L3 doesn't go that far, but on the back side it would work.
In other words, you can follow the nerve all the way along.
Yep, you can
So
get good part of your leg then on that sciatica.
now the only other thing we're going to say is sometimes when you use the unit, it may start the muscles to contract. They actually start working. Now that's okay if that happens. You want to do it to the point where it's still comfortable and that it's not increasing your pain. But as Brad and I were talking earlier, you don't want to get to the point where it interferes with your function. So like, let's say you have the pads on your arm and it's causing your hand to go like this. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to work if your hand is doing that.
Yeah.
And people might start talking about you.
Yeah, especially if you work in public or with other people.
Right.
And they say, oh.
Because it'll make your hand go like this if you put it on the right muscles involuntarily.
Sure.
So you want to maybe use a different program then. There's 8 programs on these, and
or possibly move the pads to get
move the
away
pads
from those
out to
trigger
muscle
points.
belly.
Yeah.
So, all right, like I said, if you have a specific problem where you want to place the pads, look up the specific video for that problem, and we'll give you some advice.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Good job, Bob.